Hello and welcome to the Isle. With a bit of luck. Oh, there we go. So, welcome to the public server. Full survival mode. So, you can expect to be attacked on sight, really. And it appears I am at the wash. I am just going to tab out of the screen to set up the map. There is no map in the actual game, which I like. It gives a more genuine feel for the the whole dinosaur simulator thing. But at the same time, for simple navigation purposes, yeah, it's kind of better to have one. So, I'm just going to use the map, which means tabbing out of the game again. Have a quick look where I am. Right. So let's have a sniff, find out which direction. I think it's up that way. I'm not 100% sure. North, west. Yeah. So it's that way. So right now I am on my lovely little trike. They've survived for a little bit. I'm a generally friendly player. I have had to deal with a few less desirables, shall we say, but you know, there's no such thing as a bad guy on a survival dinosaur server. You know, carnivores have to eat. Yes, you can eat essentially anywhere as a carnivore. My ping is doing terrible, so I really need to avoid conflict. If I get into a fight with 255 milliseconds of ping on this, I'm done for. I shouldn't even be heading to the pond. I could take the long route. Which I think I'll do. Yeah. Okay, that should... Oh, ping's dropped. Strangely, I just had a like spike showing my ping dropping. Still not ideal, because I'm not going to say I'm the best. I'm the best at PvP, but I've held my own in some situations. As I say, I've had to kill a Rex. So I was trying to be friendly to... In fact, I'll even spend my time feeding carnivores. Because some of the smaller carnivores can have problems catching the prey. There's some small prey, but it doesn't give much food. Then you've got the good old triceratops, which everybody wants to catch, but not many people can catch. I, however, can. Wouldn't think so with my lovely little waddle here, being so slow. Let's see how many players are on. Ah! There's only 4 other players. Now, the map on this is huge. I mean, genuinely massive. And when you move as slow as this, traversing can be problematic. But because of the need for water and food spawning mostly around water sources. You have to stay close to the water. So though the maps are actually huge, there's not many places you can just go to relax. I mean, if you decide, like, this river curls all the way around and actually ends somewhere on the other side of this mountain. However, to traverse the mountain directly, yes, it's the quickest, but there's no water on the way, which essentially means you've got to constantly be hunting for food, hunting for, well, I would say for water, but yeah, there is none on the way. So it's directly quicker, but not necessarily best, especially with my lovely ambulance. You should listen out for footsteps, because that's how you know that you're being stalked. So the thing is, with 4 other players on here, and they're not any names I recognise, so they are likely hostile, there's a very good chance of me bumping into one of them. The people who are on the server the most tend to hang around in certain locations, like Gulf Pond, which is where I'm heading to, or North Twins, which I prefer to stay away from, but occasionally I'll turn up, or the port, things like that. Now this game is just beautiful. I mean, right now it just looks like normal, normal blue skies, white clouds. But once you hit night time, all the stars come out, the moon. It's pretty beautiful. Good thing about this game, and I say a good thing about the game. There's no health bars. There's no player names above them. There's nothing. There's no outlines. Which means the only way to see a player is to physically see a player. So this tree line could house anything. So you need to listen. The water mechanics in this game are not so good. But everything else is beautiful. The mountains are pretty clear. They did just give up on this one. There's actually 2 versions of it. There's the Isle, V3, this map. There's another island I'm not too sure the name of. They're quite beautiful in places like this, where you've got all the woodlands, you've got the rivers, blah-de-blah-de-blah. However, then you've got all these blank spaces. All those mountains, more mountains, more mountains. Further round, there's even more mountains. They're just barren. No food, no water, no scenery, nothing. It's dull. And that's because they gave up on the game. The developers have completely given up on the game. Right, it's 12:30 in the afternoon, so we've still got a good amount of sunlight. Time does travel quick on this, but night time seems to last forever. I need to check if I just came in the wrong direction. I've got a funny feeling I have. Oh no. Oh wait, actually. Take a sniff. Because the water should go that direction. So it's quicker for me just to go on that hill rather than going all the way down there. It's not showing any water up here. But let's test it out. If not, all I've done is wasting time walking up here. Now the reason I picked these colours for the trike is based on exactly what I said about the yeah, this is the right direction. Exactly what I said about the visibility. Visibility, you have to physically see the trike. Now since this game is all about growing your dinosaurs, so starting off an eco baby and then surviving and getting bigger and bigger. Early stages, a trike is just a snack for anything that moves. So I made it this colour for camouflage. I don't need to do this because I do have a lot of water, but a number of times I've been chased away from a water source by a predator, and there's no water nearby, none whatsoever. So I like to stay on top of it, keep it filled up. Don't hear anything. See if there's any food in the area. Oh dear me. Nothing. Again, I'm good on food. 83%. But again, as you can see, oh, food is all the way up there. I'm just about to see it there. All the way over there. So that's how far I can sniff food. But as you can see, there's none in the area. This entire area in front of me is devoid of food. Let's see. Still the same number. I don't recognise any of them. It's not. Yeah. Show my presence in the area. Double-edged sword, it'll alert some weaker predators like the Utah Raptor and the Suchomimus that I'm in the area and potentially go and fight. But it also alerts the bigger carnivores like the Giga and the Rex and the Spinos to exactly where dinner is. This is a server I'm pretty new to. It's linked with one of the worst servers on the game. The Dino World server. Dino World 1 now, it's called. It used to be only the one server. What was called Dino World, it's now called Dino World 1. They supposedly have all these rules in place to make the server quite nice. And yeah, you get some good rewards for playing the game. So playing on the server, if you're with their Discord, you unlock points to spend on dinosaurs and having the ability to play more than one dinosaur. To actually save your dinosaurs, essentially. I heard that. There's somebody up here. Yeah, so as I was saying, you do unlock some good perks. Because this game, you have one dinosaur. The only way to try a new dinosaur, to swap dinosaurs, is for your dinosaurs to die. So, starvation, killed by another player, server admin killed, which this one doesn't allow. Or a very common one, drown yourself. A lot of people do that if they want to change dinosaur. So somebody's over there. It's two dinosaurs. I'm not so hot on the calls. I can't tell what they are. They may be responding to my earlier call. So yeah, dinosaur of one. You get the cages, which you can cage your dinosaurs, which is essentially saving them so you can try a new one. You can then swap the dinosaurs in and out of the cages, blah 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 blah. Yeah. So you get these great things. And there's all these rules around combat, stating you can't just attack somebody, you have to use a specific call, they have to respond with the same call to attack, or there's another call that they respond with, and they're allowed to run away. However, if you break the rule, you're supposed to be killed. And a dinosaur like this one takes about 5-6 hours to grow, so you know, it's a hard penalty. Now, unfortunately, to follow the rules means that even if a T-Rex was to walk up to me, I would not be allowed to defend myself until he attacks me. The problem is, by the time a T-Rex has taken a bite out of you, you're dead. Sometimes not entirely dead, like a trike like myself can take a couple of bites, but if I was lying down, I wouldn't be able to get up fast enough between chomps and I'd be dead. Or they would, in a T-Rex's case, they can, by biting you, they can break your legs, prevent you from running away. If it was a Giga, which is almost as powerful as a T-Rex, not as quite, but almost, they have the ability to actually make you bleed, which means if you try to leave the area, you'll bleed yourself to death. So, rule breakers have a huge advantage, and there's a lot of rule breakers. Not only that, but the admins on the server have the ability to check what's been going on, see what somebody did, but they don't they don't enforce the rules. There's a lot of rule breakers that get away with it, there's some that don't, majority of them do. The other thing is, even though the server says a rule break will get your dinosaur killed, well yes, but the server also says that they will not kill your dinosaur so you can try a new one. Somebody gets sick of a dinosaur, which happens all the time, they're constantly asking to be killed, they just go out and break a rule. They kill your dinosaurs. Now what you would think is, since the admins have full control, they can grow you as much as you want, so they can turn you from a baby to a full-grown adult, they can heal you, they can give you food, water, blah blah blah, stuff like that. they will not actually, if you follow the rules, they will not return your dinosaur to you if you're killed by a road breaker. So not only are you, as somebody following the rules, not only are you very heavily handicapped because you have to break the rules. If you follow the rules, they always get the first attack, first 1, 2, or 3 attacks. So you've lost. And to defend yourself, to stop a T-Rex from killing you, you have to fight back immediately. Doing so is a rule break, and your dinosaur will be killed anyway. So not only are you at a huge disadvantage to start with, but you've also got the prospect of not getting your dinosaur back if you are rule broken. The server owner is even worse. He actually gets bored because he streams, and to keep his viewers entertained, he will go on to random dinosaurs, grow himself to maximum, and then go around killing people. Everybody else just, oh yes, he's having fun again, oh he's bored, he's doing something to keep himself occupied. Yeah, but he's killing people. He's taking away the many hours that they put into the dinosaur, and he doesn't reimburse the dinosaurs. So that's the server I've been with for a while. I've had more than 40 rule broken dinosaurs. I've lost more than 40 dinosaurs to rule breakers. Then they created this server, full survival mode. And though it's a lot less popular, yeah, and it's even less popular now, there's only 3 other players on. Even though it's less popular, I find the players are more friendly. You can kill on site, there's no rules, but I don't know, I think the more mature players play on here, and the cowards who want to kill people without them fighting back go on the other server to rule break. Because you go on a Rex, 6 hours, 6.5 hours to raise a Rex from young to adult. If you want to fight on your Rex, you want to kill another dinosaur. Because a player dinosaur gives a lot of food, which is a problem for Rexes. If you want to kill a player, you have a risk of losing your Rex by fighting somebody fairly. So I found a lot of the server rule breakers tend to be things like Rexes, Carnos, Dilophosaurs, Raptors, the carnivores, you know, the ones that want to eat dinosaurs. Because they try to kill you when you're not expecting them, when you're expecting to be safe. So Dino World 2 is by far the place to be. It's getting a little bit dark, so I'll stick my night vision on. Oh, well, I came all this way, I haven't even checked if there's any food here. See, we herbivores can do the sniff. Something predators, to be fair. So I've got bush down there, bush over there, ooh, some bushes over there, bushes over there. Right. Right. Now that red thing is carnivore food. Something killed something, ate a bit of it, left the rest. So there is a carnivore nearby. Yeah, so there's some little differences. The herbivores, we can sniff and the water glows, as you saw, and so do plants. Predators have the ability to sniff while walking, which we do not. As a herbivore, you have to stand still. But a predator gets footprints visible, so they can track creatures. Like myself. Like the AI dinosaurs, which can easily sustain you, but people choose not to use them, they choose to use players. But I need to listen. Problem is, as you can see, my night vision actually hinders the further view, enhances the close, but mine is terrible. The triceratops, we only get this little circle. And an ambushing T-Rex could come out of here in about a second. When a dinosaur is sneaking, a predator, they are very hard to detect. See, night vision, you don't have a chance without it. And it gets darker. This is nothing. It gets like that dark. Yeah, that fly sound is the way to tell if it's all directional sound. So can't hear a thing. Here. Can't hear a thing. Here. Because it's just down here somewhere. Because it's night time, I can't see very well. Let's have a sniff. Oh, yep, there it is. It's right beside me. So yeah, that's called gore. That is basically either a player or an AI dinosaur was killed here. It was eaten a bit. Their corpse is rotten. Now I'm thinking of heading back up. Because the way I've just came from, oh, there's now 4 more, sorry. One's a bot. Dino bot. I just want to sort of bush over there. Oh, Oops. Actually, I should always also go global. Not that that makes a difference, because global chat won't be speaking. There's only one social player on right now. Food is 86, it's only 9 o'clock at night. So we've got a long night ahead of us. Everybody here, it's night and wind. Rain, you simply can't see. So for a herbivore trying to find food, it tends to be luck. See how much this plant gives me. So I am on 86. There we go. Full plant gone. And I'm up to 89. 3% food from that plant. Well, here's a bush. There's a way. Is that it? Looks like it. Let's see if I can get from 89 to 100. Ooh, I think I did. 100%, 79 water. So if I go down here, because I can hear water, this game is very audio based. During the day it's very visual. You can physically see dinosaurs wandering around, you can see bushes in the distance. You can see rivers physically. At night, yeah, it's all audio. Yeah, you can sniff, but oh, there we go. Set off night vision. Look at that. It's beautiful. I'd like to see first person introduced. I know third makes the survival better, but from a simulation point of view, I would much prefer to have a first person as a possibility. Problem at night, I must say, when you're walking as a big dinosaur. Let's be quiet for a second. Yep. check my stats. So my weight is 8.3 tons. That's a hefty one. I make a lot of noise when I'm walking. To a carnivore, it's like ringing the dinner bell. As a triceratops, I just simply can't hear anything. Can't hear a raptor sleeping on me, I can't hear a Dilophosaurus sleeping up on me. I couldn't hear a Rex. But I could be walking right into a Rex. Couldn't have a clue. This is why it's under the horror category for a game as well. You can't see a thing. But on a populated server, oh, there goes the social one. On the populated server, all you hear is roars and grumbles and groans and footsteps in the woods. And if you're just a small, helpless dinosaur, terrifying. Very terrifying. Say hello, everyone in there. That sound can be heard from a long way. Let's check 94 and 96. Yeah, I kind of want to get back to where it was. I like hanging around at the wash. It's a nice big lake. Last time I was on here, I actually migrated here with five carnivores. There was a Giga, fully grown Giga, Dilophosaurus, Sarah, I forget what, I think it's a Ceratosaurus, and two Allosaurus. It was cool. I mean, we just had a good laugh. We just migrated across the hills, hunting anything we heard. Oh, hello, bush. Thought you could hide from me. You was wrong. The trees in the dark as well, because when I was on last, one of my Giga friends got murdered by two T-Rexes ambushing in the trees. I don't know why this happens. See, this is quite bright, so you'd think. Because daytime on this game starts at 5:30 AM. And you'd think, oh, must be pretty close then. Ah, beautiful. Because it's gone from pitch black to high visibility. Let's check. It is 1 o'clock in the morning. And visibility, oh look. Yeah, it dissipates. Yeah, so I know there was 2 carnivores up there. Back to 0 visibility. Oh, imagine the life of a dinosaur. Wander around from water source to water source, gathering food, keep yourself alive, constantly knowing that all around you are things that want to eat you to stay alive. See, I prefer to be a herbivore, not because of the simple survival aspect, because I've got carnivores. I've leveled plenty of carnivores up, grown up, getting all big and strong. Because you can do that, there's AI dinosaurs in the game, they're easy to track. That's why I like these servers. These two have got very high AI. Yes, you can get the point to start, but usually come straight back, depending on how popular it is. But I just like the herbivores because I'm friendly. Herbivores in this game don't really scream hostile. If I could be a real dinosaur, I think a triceratops would have been it. It gets no benefit from killing anything, never needs to, but at the same time, looking at this thing, it tells you it could. One of the riskier places to be because this is the convergence of 2 rivers. Also the waterfalls, the audio blocks out the sound of the predator. Earlier, even with a couple of dinosaurs on, you have a very high chance of bumping into each other because you have to stay near water sources, which means where two rivers meet. Oh. I hear something, and it's not the normal ambient sound effects. Let's have a sniff. I'm not sniffing for dinosaurs because I'm a herbivore, I can't do that. What I am sniffing for is corpses. Grass, grass. Water, water, water. I don't know why it does that. It's showing a circle pool. It's showing nothing here. So there's nothing up there. Then it's pool, pool, pool. Don't see any corpses in the area. That doesn't say there's no predators. This means that if there is predators, they could be very hungry. Yeah, this server does have one little rule. The points from both servers are shared on the Discord, which means you can buy dinosaurs. However, unlike server 1, where you can move dinosaurs to and from cages freely, this one's a one-way move. So you can transfer a dinosaur to this server, but you can't cage a dinosaur that's on the server. So any dinosaur that comes here is here until it dies. Which also means you can't stop. Well, technically you can get bored of the dinosaur and just kill it. I can go and find a pool and drown myself, a lake, or I could simply go back to the waterfall that we was at up there and throw myself off a cliff. Heavier the dinosaur, more fall damage you take. Which is, pretty realistic. But, I wouldn't think it would. I don't think it would come onto a survival server and get bored of a dinosaur, because the idea is to survive as long as possible. You're always at risk. Right now, we've still only got 3 other players. So on a map this size, I'm not going to be in huge. Oh, see, okay. This drops off rapidly. That would kill me. So very careful where you walk. Yeah, as I was saying, I couldn't see you coming onto a survival server, getting bored and actively killing your own dinosaur. So the cage, and you're still with one dinosaur. So I think I've had this dinosaur for about a month now. It's one dinosaur. But what it means is I can spend, by playing on this, I'll get points. By playing the other server, I'll get points. Server 1 has little events, things called danger zones. Oh, there's somebody who's just popped on and is actually social, talking. Doesn't mean social exactly. Yeah, the other Dino World 1 has these events like Daily Dash. It'll tell you a place for the day, and if you manage to travel there alive, you will get extra points. There are danger zones where it's a no-rule area, so you'll pick an area on the Dinobot picks an area on the map, and in that large area, there's no rules. But while you're there, on certain dinosaurs, and I think you've got to be big dinosaurs so you can be seen, no hiding. You go to the area, you generate points by being there up to a maximum amount. But there's a lot of combat involved in that. And they've also got these stupid red zones, they call them, which are picked by the admins. And it's just a no-rule zone, but no points involved. So, totally useless. But because they can see where all the dinosaurs are on the map, as an admin, it means they pick somewhere where there's a lot of dinosaurs nests and a lot of peaceful dinosaurs hanging out, and make it so anybody can go and kill them. It's general server. It's general admin abuse. But then again, server 1 is a combination of admin abuse and admin neglect, so it is the place to be, but it's a good place to get points. And the points allow you to buy dinosaurs that you can't normally get, which is why I like it. So you have to play, but you have to put up with the fact that your dinosaurs are going to get constantly murdered, and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, let's have a little look-see around. No one around. It's 5:46, so sunrise. Let's see if they've done it accurately. Is that east? It is, that's east. That's going to be east. Oh, well, that's east. That's west. Sun rises in the east, so it rises in that direction. It looks more over there, but good morning, everyone. So it's a reasonably short walk. Oh, here comes the rain. Yeah, and look at this. How's that for water mechanics? Yeah. Nice work. See, this was abandoned. Oh, that's what I was saying earlier, but I think I forgot what I was saying because I heard the two dinosaurs up in the hill. Yeah, there's two versions of the game. There is this version, and there's one called Iverma, I think it's called. It's definitely something like that. Iverma or Iverma. I think it's Iverma. Now, that one has totally different mechanics. Like, for starters, right here we have the growth. This little one here is the juvenile. This is what you start as. if you just spawn in a dinosaur, you just pick. Then you go to a subadult for some dinosaurs, like the Giga, the T-Rex, the Trike. Others, like the Allosaurus, just go straight to the adult stage, Parasaurs, things like that. Then you've got the adult stage, which for us, like Trikes, Rexes, and Gigas, the extra stage, that's just pretty strong. Then you've got the little hatchling stage. This is the stage that you get when you make a nest. Oh, there's the sun. So, am I a male? I'm a male, so I can't even demonstrate a nest. So females can create a nest. If you put food in the nest and lie in the nest, the eggs. You gestate eggs, you lay the egg, then you've got to lie in the egg and incubate the egg, and you can then invite somebody, and one of the other players, they accept, they pop up as your baby, and they start off as a hatchling which can only eat from the nest. It's the only place they can get food from. Which I think it's a nice little thing. You can make family units if you stay alive. And then at each stage, so I'm 100%. That's 100% of this stage. When I'm a hatchling, when I hit 100% of that stage, what I do is I pause the game, and then there's a growth bar on the left here. That would have a number in. And when the number disappears, that means you are 100% of that stage. You press the button, you instantly and almost magically grow to the next stage instantly. You do get bigger constantly, so you progressively get bigger up to the maximum of that stage. Now what Everma does is progressive growth. So there is no growth button. You simply keep getting bigger, keep getting bigger, keep getting bigger. When you reach the end of that stage, you grow straight to the next stage. You automatically keep getting bigger. Just keep growing, keep growing, keep growing, and eventually, if you last long enough, you're a fully grown dinosaur. I like that. That is much better than the growth system. Because the growth system in this one, terrible. It's just not realistic. It's a dinosaur style simulator. It doesn't really scream simulator when a dinosaur just suddenly goes to twice its size. No. So I like the growth thing. The sniff thing still exists. Kind of like it. But there's a lot less food on that map. So the Everma map, you starve just as quickly, but there's no food for you. So I don't like that. Everma is where they keep implementing all of the new changes to the game. So they essentially completely gave up on this version of the game. The start of this one, there's options when you start the game to select a carnivore, a herbivore, or a human. There were supposed to be humans in here. I don't know how that would work. Yes, you have weapons. I don't know what would be the deal with ammunition. Because, you know, a carnivore can eat a herbivore for food. A herbivore eats plants for food. Those are generally in the world. So I don't know what would have exactly happened for humans getting food or humans getting ammunition. I don't know how that would have been put into this. There is human structures here on this map, but the select human is blocked out. You can only be carnivore, herbivore. You only have certain carnivores and certain herbivores. You can't pick them all. So they showed that they had plans for the game. There was progression supposed to be in it, and originally food was how you grew. So rather than just on this one, you just hide and like me, I actually hid. I went from place to place, finding hiding spots, stayed there till I was hungry, came out, grabbed food, went back in. Simple as that. Now in the Averma, originally, there was different colour bushes. And the different coloured bushes were in different areas of danger. And they had point value. And they would cause growth. They abandoned that idea. So now there's only different sized bushes give different amounts of food. But if you look closely at the bushes, you'll find they've all got blackberries on them. That's it. Averma has been progressing, so new dinosaurs were implemented. Also, as the growth thing. This one you can nest, but Averma you cannot yet. I don't think they've actually implemented nesting. They've implemented swimming and flying dinosaurs in Averma, but not in this. Averma has more detail in it, but I'm not sure about the size of the map. I feel Averma is slightly smaller, but in the same space they have a lot less food. So I don't know what I feel about that. But if even Averma seems to have almost stalled in what they've added, and this one is abandoned. There's so much in this that you can tell was supposed to have more stuff, and they just haven't bothered. I still enjoy it. This type of game is much better played with friends because I've made random groups with people. I've bumped into people, rather than being hostile, we just hung out. As a herbivore, I'm capable of walking up to the prey AI and killing them without the prey running away, which to a predator player is quite useful. So I've made myself useful and had a good time, but it still always leaves you on edge. Am I going to get ambushed? Am I going to be backstabbed? And the answer is quite often, yeah, you are. You're going to get backstabbed. So with friends, this is ideal. On the other server, you can only fight one-on-one, so it doesn't matter which dinosaur you've got, which simply means only 3 dinosaurs are capable of killing anything, because everything else is too small. On this one, free, unlimited. And if I had a couple of friends, actual friends, I would love to make a triceratops family, potentially get 6 or 7 of us, and 6 or 7 trikes. Quite devastating. They're pretty much the strongest normal herbivore. But until then, I have to play alone. Unfortunately, I would have loved to have bumped into some dinosaurs, which is why I went along where I did, because Gulf Pond is a popular hangout spot. Also, since I'd heard 2 carnivores up in the mountains, I decided to backtrack to hopefully bump into them, but on this occasion, unsuccessful. So I guess I'm going to call it a night, and until later, see you around.